Okay. Yep, the 49ers are the best team in football. Unless the football gods decide to strike down their team once again, the 49ers are going undefeated, and I don't see anybody that can stop them. So let's talk about it.
Hey, I thought it was all over.
Welcome to Real Coverage. I am your host, Nick. We are going to get started with the 49ers going undefeated. Now, obviously, it seems like a stretch. I understand it seems like a stretch, but to be honest, it's not. It's not even close. The 49ers schedule is absolutely a manageable schedule, barring injury. That's going to be something that everyone is going to continue to speak on and going to continue to bring up. Now, I'm just pulling up their physical schedule so people can look at it. Give me one moment. I'm going to switch it over to here. Just let it load up. Okay, here we go. So the 49ers schedule, courtesy of ESPN, as you guys can see. This? Okay. So obviously, Pittsburgh, mauled them, made Pittsburgh look like they weren't ready to play the game. LA, I expected that. I expected it to be close, being it's a close proximity game, division game, and everything. The New York, I absolutely expected. The only way that New York was going to be able to make a comeback is if they played Jalen Hyatt at a higher clip, which they did not. I do not see you guys losing to the Falcons. The Cardinals, I apologize. After that, your only real test, in my opinion, are the Dallas. So that's October 8th game. That'll be at home. And then at Philly, December 3rd. Obviously, these teams could look a lot different by then. I think that the way Christian McCaffrey is running is absolutely dynamic. It is changing the way that the position is handled. Obviously, we saw quite a bit from his backup as well. The Cleveland game, there's obviously quite a bit there. Are they going to really replace Nick Chubb? Is Deshaun Watson going to rebound and stop skipping passes and stuff? Minnesota, I think, is pretty much out, and I think that they will have Cousins traded even before the October 23rd game, their 7th game of the season. Bengals are done, in my opinion. They can win some games, of course. They might be able to fight for a wild card spot, but nobody heals up during the NFL season. So Joe Burrow's idea that he's going to be better come playoff time without sitting is falsity. Going into that bye, though, 3-4 wins with Arizona. We'll say you lose the Dallas game by chance. But you know what? No, we're going to go with the undefeated. You're going to beat them. You're going to beat Cleveland. You're going to beat Minnesota. You're going to beat Cincinnati. Coming out of that bye, of course, you're going to have a little bit more time to prepare. So I think that Jacksonville is screwed. Tampa, you should beat. Seattle, you should beat. Seattle could end up being a trap game. Same with the Philly game. Baltimore, I think, will be injury-plagued by then. We're obviously seeing the OBJ injury happen already. I'm pretty sure the center, Linderbaum or something like that, is hurt. So I don't believe. Obviously, going undefeated in today's game is pretty much impossible. There's going to be something that happened. There's going to be a weird injury or something. But if we get to the point where the 49ers are close, okay, the 49ers get to the Super Bowl and just lose again because of, say, a Brock Purdy injury or something crazy. He gets blasted and blasts his elbow out again or something. I could honestly see the Niners going and getting a different quarterback. And the one that I said they should have gotten, obviously, is the one that Shanahan loves, is Kirk Cousins. I think that he would be able to operate the offense quite well, but obviously you're going to try and enjoy that cheap Brock Purdy salary for right now, so you can enforce the rest of your team. In the same vein, though, it's still Kyle Shanahan, the guy who gave up the ridiculous comeback to the Patriots when he was the OC for the Falcons. I don't know. I'm a diehard Panthers fan, so I'm going to always root for Christian McCaffrey. I think that he is so great. I love Kittle. I love the way you guys run the ball. I love Trent Williams in motion. I love the way that Shanahan runs the offense. So much pre-snap, so much cerebralness needed, which is why I thought you guys might eventually go get Goff at some point. But obviously Goff is doing very well with the Lions. We actually put out a video about that. But yeah, I can absolutely see this team going undefeated, but it's going to be dependent on their health, of course. That's always the 49ers gig. So obviously Kittle had a little bit of questionable stuff coming into the season. McCaffrey, of course, dealing with last year. Purdy coming back. So there's a lot of stuff there. Debo got hurt in the game. Although it was minor, it looked like he might have cracked a rib or something, but he'll apparently be there. So I could see this team going undefeated, but again, if you're a 49ers fan, just look up and pray to the football gods that you do not get the injury bug this year, that you guys can finally put that aside and really go out there and win a championship. I think that it's all that Kyle Shanahan needs to do to solidify himself as a top coach. My opinion right now, top 3 coaches. He's not in it. He might be top 5. If he is, he's 5. But obviously, we got Belichick and Reed up at 1 and 2. Not in that order, of course. I would probably say Reed, Belichick, just based on the last few years. Obviously, Belichick's the best defensive coach of all time. But yeah, this 49ers team is close, real close. I'm pretty sure Brock Purdy is the solution at quarterback, but you still need to be prepared. Obviously, having my former quarterback, Sam Darnold, Jets' former quarterback as well. I think he can do well. Being a former USC guy, I thought that'd be great. The one thing I would say is do everything you can to stop the Rams from going to get the first pick. But I think they're going to be the ones that are going to try and make the push to go get Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams plays for USC. He would end up at the Rams with McVay, and essentially could be Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald still, all that other stuff. But I think Aaron Donald will either be traded or retire at the end of this year, so we'll see. But yeah, good luck, 49ers. I'm going to pull up the depth chart real quick just to be safe. I'll let it load. Speaking of last night, if you watched the Lions-Packers game, crazy game. I am recording this on 9/29/23. Yeah, see, Debo, Ayuk, Jawan Jennings, all questionable. Danny Gray on IR. Let's just go to the injuries. The officially listed injuries. Drake Greenlaw. I mean, these are some big names. Debo, Ayuk. I actually like Cameron Latu quite a bit. Yeah, I don't. Injuries. Please, guys, just stay safe. At this point, it's yours to lose. I think yours looks like the most complete team on offense and defense outside of the Dolphins. But I think the overwhelming offense of the Dolphins is going to be what wins them a lot of games. This week they're playing Buffalo, so it's going to be a big barometer for them. If they end up getting smoked by Buffalo, then we're going to believe that they're not a real team. And that'll really catapult the 49ers into the catbird seat to win the Super Bowl. So that's all I'm watching. I'm just watching the injuries. I'm watching the reports. I'm watching everything I can. If they go into the playoffs fully healthy, they win a Super Bowl. Mark my words. This is Nick with Roll Coverage. I will see you guys soon. Be safe.